focusing on Cat, focusing on main. They don't have to worry about the site anymore. So him staying alive was key there for NIP, and now NIP get that start. And this is going to be very difficult indeed for 3D Max to get back into.
Yeah, they have like an additional lottery ticket purchased here with the Tech-9s, and even I think they have one smoke they've already used, and Naruto has a flashbang left. Be nice if they could put the bomb down this round. That'd really give them a lot more opportunities in the upcoming rounds. But it's not easy, and NIP has a very defensive far backwards setup, but Caron is going to be able to take down Makelele, which is a really important target to kill. The more you kill Makelele in these early rounds, the longer it's going to be before he can really start buying a lot of orbs. He has armor and stuff, so when he goes down, he has to repurchase all of that.
Exactly. Any dollar you can get him to spend is crucial, and right now, NIP, they are still holding fairly well. I mean, they've just kind of fallen back onto the sites. At the beginning, okay, Get Right was peeking around in yellow. Now they're just trying to collapse back onto these sites, make sure that it's going to be very difficult for 3D Max to get any kind of foothold, but Forrest took a bit too long with that spray, and he's going to get punished. Caron comes around the corner and takes him out. So already good economic damage inflicted here by 3D Max, and now they're starting to make the play for lower. Vence, however, is occupied.
But he actually did some damage anyway. Bomb, if they get that down, that's going to be big. They go for it. Caron. No, that's Alu picking up the kill on Friberg, and they are going to get the bomb plant. This is a huge...
Oh, we don't get it. They don't get it.
Wow, I thought that was definitely home. He must have cancelled it the first time around and then replant it.
Oh, that is pain right there. 3D Max could have had extra money in the bank, and it just didn't happen.
But to put things into perspective, this is still a very, very good round for 3D Max. Those 3 kills really going to hurt NIP. And you can see Makelele making the choice. He's saying, all right, I lost the armor the first time around. I'm just going to buy the C-Set, the Tech-9. I'm just going to stick with the Tech-9 that someone picked up for me. And then hopefully that'll be enough that I won't have to rebuy once more. But they're already shooting him in the face. Even with just Glocks, he's going to have to fall back a little bit here.
Yeah, that's scary low, actually. Friberg, however, keeping his own here in main. Just about as clean as it gets right there. No problem at all. Great tracking from him. Makelele getting picked off again at range by Caron. And Get Right, he has no idea. Not to. Easy frag. Lies in wait and gets the kill. Get Right walks right past and gifts him an M4.
Oh, this is big. Friberg waiting on the edge here. He's going to walk in. He does take down Natu. Caron and Alu are left 2v3. They've done so much damage already. This was supposed to be a free round for NIP, where they just kill everybody, and at the most they use some grenades, and that's pretty much it. And again, they kill Makelele, and this is, we said it for the economic reason, and that's still true, but Makelele is also a confidence AWPer. He's the sort of person that wants to take an extra risk and be rewarded big for it. When you get killed in both the 2 first rounds like this, that's not going to give you confidence, that's going to shatter it. So there's a lot working right now for 3D Max in the first couple of rounds here. Friberg will pick up a quad kill. He's going to go for the ASA one. Alu's still down there, and Friberg not quite sure. He's going to go down. Alu allowed to pick up the kill. A huge round from 3D Max.
Oh, man, you could tell that Friberg was wondering where the hell he was getting shot from there. He was nearly shooting at plays on Cat. Not sure at all.
Forrest trying to troll him up there.
Yeah, he gets robbed, man. He gets robbed. There's the 3rd one, 4th one in Vence. But that was also a very good round there by Friberg. Just stopped, well, he didn't manage to stop the bleeding quite because he went down. So if they could have kept 3 guys alive there, Nip wouldn't have been too sad about it. But now they're still going to have the money to buy up here, but they've spent everything pretty much. So there isn't a whole lot left in the bank here for the Swedes. 3D Max, however, the Finns, they've got everything they need now. And Stonda has the AWP, so he's going to be the one going toe-to-toe with Makelele out in the yard now.
Really far back here. He does spot him out. They actually both see each other. This opening kill is going to be big. This is the one thing that Makelele is safe for, and he hasn't had a lot of money to do with either. Stonda, they're both ducking. Oh, and it's going to be the opening. Makelele sends him flying. Head over heels off of that silo. So that's a great opening, obviously, for NIP. That, you can just tell that was going to happen at any moment, one way or the other.
That's your fists are clenched at that point, right? Sweaty palms. But the big problem with that is that he loses the AWP, and unless he got knocked off of the silo, Alu's actually going to jump up there and go get it. And there's no reason he shouldn't. He needs, I mean, that sniper rifle, that's the beauty of 3D Max as well. They have 2 very confident operators. So Alu, he's like, okay, he's going to take the time. He's actually going to go and pick that up. He can put it to use. But they don't have a whole lot of time now to act 3D Max. They're down to 30 seconds, and they haven't quite cracked the site yet. They haven't even done much damage to anybody.
They need to get in here. They have got a guy in main, actually. That's really important. If they want to go for like a flash rush into the A-bomb site, you need a couple of people in main. That's exactly what they've got. Caron, instant headshot, deserved follow-up onto Exist. Natu's going to take down Friberg. What an entrance from 3D Max with just 20 seconds left. They destroy the Nip A defense, and it's going to be Forest and Get Right left here, but they actually cannot afford to go for this retake. Nip have no money. If you bring up the scoreboard real quick, they'll have nothing left. Just a little bit there on Existent Forest. They need to save what they have right now, otherwise NIP are going to end up ecoing. Nato gets the kill. Now it's on Forest. Max 7 in hand. He gets the 1, and he's going to get shot down.
That was so clever by NIP, because Get Right just used that HE to blow the vent off, to let Forest get out of there without being heard. That's how Forest gets out of hut or gets out and gets that man in hut. He has no idea. So just layers there for NIP. But there we have it. Because of the economic state, they just cannot afford a full buy. So 3D Max, first buy round, and they're on the board. They've got 1 round. And Alu looks like he's going to be holding on to the op here. Stonda not feeling too confident, perhaps.
And I would say there's some question about whether or not this kind of force up from NIP is the most reasonable one. Because if they'd saved 1 more time, they would have had a really good buy going into the 6th round. And, you know, maybe they give 3D Max another round in, but now they're putting themselves at risk of potentially equalizing the score. If they lose this round, they will absolutely be forced to eco, and it will be 3-3, and 3D Max are going to be quite excited about that.
That's what we're talking about. When they need really like 4 or 5 rounds, if they can get there, this would be big. And Garon, again, just fired up right now. Insta-gives Michael out in garage, and that is going to be the opening. And are they really going to go for this? This is some matchmaking stuff here. No, there's the jump, and he makes it. Styling, man.
That is not an easy jump to make. That takes a lot of practice, and even then you can very easily get it wrong.
Oh, the sneak is real right now. This is very clever. Is Thunder going to find anything? They don't know. He turns around, but Forest gets the dub. He does get the kill.
Yeah, that's really, really big from Forest. Could have gone horribly wrong, but they're still making it way in there. Disturbed going to get that kill on to Exist. Freiburg run with the return pistol, but it's still a 2v2 now. 2v1. Get Right's in the vent. He misses the shot. He misses once more. He's going to finally get Alu down, but he's almost got a bullet.
Oh, my God.
Get Right. Last shell in there. He picks up the double kill with the Nova shotgun and is just barely going to win the round.
How does Get Right do it? The king of lurk. I mean, look at this. Alu just can't turn around in time. Might want to up the sense there a little bit, Alu. But the fact that he gets the 2nd frag is just genius. And Get Right basically saves Nip's bacon there, because now Nip can buy 3D Max for the ones going for a force buy. Just trying to get something done here. They don't want to let this slip through their fingers. They know that they've got Nips back to the wall. They just need to keep the pressure up. So it's going to be a force buy here for 3D Max, and let's see what they can do.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be an A-rush once again. They realize they don't have all the equipment in the world to try and stop it with. Just 1 entry frag, and that's all they need on the 3D Max side, and they're going to be good. Existo up here, P90, perfect weapon to deal with this. 2 kills, Michael Elias, well, 3rd kill coming in for Exist, and there's not much Natsu could do any longer. So this is a really solid defense from NIP, and it's the first time in this half that they've really sort of shut down 3D Max, and they need a lot more rounds like that if they want to continue on.
What you have to be wondering right now, however, is the state of mind that 3D Max are in. How difficult is it to get robbed twice, basically? And in their opinion right there, that's a case of them getting robbed.
Yeah.
So for them to try and bounce back mentally from that situation, it's rough. Going for a force buy, not getting anything done, and then what Get Right did to them before. 3D Max are going to have to take a deep, long breath here in this round. This is an eco round, a hard eco round from them, not a cent spent. So they just have to take their time with it, see what they can get done, and then focus on the 8th round when they're going to have money to buy.
Playing a bit of a game with Michael Eli out here, and he isn't really hitting the shots. And you can tell that he's playing as defensively as he can, essentially, just trying to stay back here, make sure they can't get too close for comfort. But looks like he's going to be safe for the moment. He's going to go for the knife. They're just stabbing each other, and he gets disturbed, and that's actually pretty good. Wow.
What is going on? Confidence. How many scopes did he miss there?
Too many.
Here.
If they had rifles,
go. 1,
I mean...
2, 3. Just 3 shots. That's way too close. All right, well, let's see now. 3D Max, they've got the guns. They've got the AKs. They're going to be quick on their feet. And already we see preparations here for a smoke push, at least. They're setting up for yard, just trying to deny information here to NIP. Keep NIP guessing. First smoke goes down. That's a bit of an NIP smoke, actually.
Just trying to make sure that Mike Kellerly may have the AWP out there, but he's going to have to position himself extremely far back, all the way up towards heaven, essentially, which is actually where he is going. So try and look over the smokes in case they go down. And in the meantime, they could put Alu out here, but they got to be careful because is it Get Right that's playing out
exactly.
in the...
Dude, seeing that first smoke thrown down, I'm like, that's a Get Right smoke. And sure enough, he's waiting out in Garage right now. This is his old stomping ground. Get Right, it's his turf. 3D Max, they're about to step in there, man. What is going to happen? The rest of 3D Max are gathered up right now, looking like they want to poke towards A. They are getting control of Hunt here. They need to hit this timing right, and there you go. The flash goes in, and the spray, and Disturbed will finally get the kill. He spots out CT Vent, and he will get that frag before getting taken out. A third one here as well, and this is now shaping up to be a 2-on-2 because Nip have struck back at the same time.
Oh, he's just did a lot of damage that round, but they try and get the bomb down anyway. Here is Natu, sprays down, he gets the kill on Forest. Now it's all on Get Right. 1v2 here. This is such a big round for 3D Max. The grenade to kill one of them and make it a 1v1. And these two players have been playing each other for a very long time. A historic one-on-one almost. Natu, more experienced than anyone else. And Get Right, well, one of the best players in the world. Walking up on the hut, looking down, checking for Natu wherever he can. And now he's found him. Gonna go around the corner. He's got the kit. He's spraying through. 4 health left on Get Right. Natu, he's gonna clutch the one-on-one. And 3D Max put themselves with a second round on the board. Fantastic play from the experienced player there.
Just the levels of mind games going on is just incredible between those two players in that 1v1. Even Get Right going so far as to jump on the hut to change up the angle. Just that split second is all he would need if he could get the drop on Natu. The time it would take for Natu to adjust his aim, but the gamble wasn't there, and that time around, Natu gets it, and that's the second round on the board now. And look at this, 3D Max aren't wasting any time. They're trying to keep that pressure up, and they're gonna go straight out onto the A site again. NIP need to hold, and it is looking like it's pretty solid for them here.
Exist will go down eventually, but he's really being a terror inside this bomb site. Caron looking the wrong way at the wrong time. They could get a bomb plan to be big, but no one has picked up the bomb right now, and Get Right's going to get revenge. Takes down this third, then Caron will fall as well. That's Get Right picking up a double kill and a solid defense, and that's super important. NIP, they let one round in, and then they force them back on, well, absolutely nothing but pistols. So 7-2 is looking like a strong scoreline for NIP right now.
And then once again, look at this. They don't waste any time. Alu goes for a P250 armor. Disturbed, straight up to Kevlar and a Deagle. They are again going for it because they realize this is a double eco situation. So whether they like it or not, 3D Max would be double ecoing, so they decide to go for a buy here. Risky business. It means they won't have an op. Unless they can pick one up from Michael Lily somehow, but not even Michael Lily has one. There is no op on the map right now.
Mike Kellerly is going to play the edge of the smoke. This is something we see Snacks on Virtus.pro do a lot when VP do happen to play Nuke, and it is quite effective. You can get kills like that, but you can also just keep a very close eye on how many people actually do go down secret. Disturbed, though, but a big entry on Freiburg, of all people. And they have the smoke to put the bomb down as well. That's such forward thinking from 3D Max, just wanting to invest those $300 into potentially getting a bomb plant, which is well worth it. Alu going to pick up a kill as well. Caron looking, checking all the angles that he can. It's a 3v4 right now.
I think they spotted him lurking in vents there. Get Right. Get Right is out. Get Right gets a double frag, though. And this is looking very good here now. Get Right holding this angle. It's going to be very tough to root him out unless Disturbed can find the shot. If he can get up into window, but he's going to get spotted. And Forrest with the perfect timing to ruin his parade.
I think they felt like they didn't have enough control of the bomb site to try for the bomb plant. I wish they had, because that makes such a big difference.
Oh, it's because Get Right was in that vent, right? And they just barely, like, Get Right's holding that line, and they just barely saw him in time to stop from getting just shot outright by trying to jump across, right? So 3D Max, it was all about timing there, and Get Right pretty much just saved the day for NIP, stopping that bomb plant. So now 3D Max, again, they came close to getting bonus money, and that would have been big for them as well, because in the next round when they get to buy, they could have bought AWPs. They could have even gone potentially for a double one, right? Alu and Stonda. So the option was there, but 3D Max are going to have to make do with what they can get now.
Look at this. Underhand throw right through the smoke. They realize Forrest might be there. He can't see a damn thing, but now he's just inside their lineup. He's going to kick 3 people in the face with the AK and end up taking down all 3. It's going to be Alu now left. He might as well have had his knife out at that point. And Forrest with a bit of a smoke at the end. Classic.
Forrest.
No idea what was going on. That's amazing.
I think that, you know, this is the thing, you know, Swedes, Finns, they're all so similar, right? They just don't even know. They didn't know that Forrest wasn't one of them. Just like
man.
before, the Finns didn't know that Get Right wasn't one of them. You know, it's just, it keeps happening. Nip, they're infiltrating enemy lines.
That looked like it was going to be amazing for 3D Max. But again, it's such a minimal investment in that one flashbang. If they had killed Forrest, then it would have been really good. Stonda has the AWP outside, but it's going to be Freiburg who opens up undisturbed. And there is no AWP on the other side right now. Michael is simply giving up. He said, no, I'm not hitting the shots I want to. Rather play with the M4. And that is actually a very smart decision for him. If you're not hitting the shots, no reason to keep buying that really expensive rifles. That's a good call.
No reason to keep forcing it. There you go, Get Right. Man, Get Right is really waking up right now. Michael Lele will catch Stonda, who had just jumped down. So that AWP is going to be very difficult now for Natu to get a hold of if he wanted to. But really, 1v5, and Get Right's already out on the hunt. Michael Lele, actually, who takes a bullet promptly to the face. So Natu, he will get closed in on, however, and it's Exist to pick up the final frag there. But NIP now just sitting with a very comfortable lead. All of the crucial rounds that they really needed to win, NIP have won, basically. They never let 3D Max get into this game in a meaningful way as far as the money is concerned.
Not yet, not yet. It's, I mean, if they had, once it was 3-1, if 3D Max had won that crazy round, this would have been a completely different first half. It definitely is not over yet, but we are reaching the point where 3D Max can start to feel the pressure.
It's just about now, and they are speeding up for Yard once again. Caron taking point with the P250. He's going to make that dive down into Secret. Michael Lele not able to just stop the flow. I mean, there are still plenty of members here for 3D Max, and he's going to get one, but he's instantly traded on. Very nicely done there, and a second one comes in. Stonda will find Freiburg peeking out from main. That's two big kills here, and if they can pick up a gun as well, this would be big. But of course, NIP want to hold that line, make sure that 3D Max cannot pick up those M4s.
Trying to keep them back as good as they can. Get Right. Actually very exposed at the moment. They're going to all three peek him at the same time. Great coordination from 3D Max. No hesitation there. And Get Right falls. Still 50 seconds left on the clock here. They spotted one guy out. And that in itself is pretty good info. Alu is going to finally steal one rifle, but now he's also alone. 1v2. He goes for the peek here, and he can't get the spray down, unfortunately. So NIP are going to make it to 11-4, and I feel like now is where the team really needs like the home crowd to cheer just a little bit for them, because this is going to be a buy round for them. So if you have it in them, then give it a little bit of cheer for 3D Max here.
I thought you came from Nip, Anders.
Yeah, but it was so cool the first time it happened. There's a little bit of me that wants to see it happen again. And they do need this round. Like I said, I think 4 rounds is that, then it's still game. 3 rounds or 2 rounds. It can happen on Nuke. It's not the first time we've seen it, but it's very, very tough, especially against an opponent like NIP.
And they are already taking damage as well. Stonda once again posted up here on Silo. And this time, I mean, it's going to be Get Right, changing up the position. Wallbang coming through, actually doing a significant amount of damage.
Whoa, and that wallbang was sold away from across the T-roof, but Michael Lele with a really beautiful opening. Stonda will return, and then Get Right sends him flying off. Swift reactions here from NIP. They're really making sure that there's an absolute minimum. They keep trading kills. And when Michael Lele then starts off with a double, and then a trade isn't even going to be worth it for 3D Max, so...
Now, as far as 3D Max are concerned right now, this is a catastrophe. This push in Yard has gone against them, and they can't even spawn out, get that return. If they can bring it back to a 3-on-2 with Nuke and your ability to lurk around and just sneak, maybe you could bring it back here. But it's quickly shaping up to be just an impossible situation. They're going to have to run in here and just hit some of the sickest shots of their lives because they've got 30 seconds. They aren't onto a site, but it's looking like they might want to go A. It's the closest way to get in, but of course Nip realized this. They're already chucking down Molotovs to buy even more time, and everything is valuable here. Every second is so valuable for 3D Max.
Yeah, and they can hear them running. Get Right's already in position.
Oh.
That's a nice strafe shot from Natu. 10 seconds left. They've got the smoke here, but all of NIP is already rotating. Freiburg to take one, Disturbed to take another. He's inside the smoke, but there's no time left. He's going to go down. Forrest will pick it up. NIP reading the situation really quite well and making it hard for that. I mean, it was already a 2-on-4, so it's already difficult enough, but made almost impossible by the lack of time. So that's going to put us into the last round of the half here.
This is it, 15th round, and 3D Max, it's the Force buying whatever they can, and it seems like they actually got a respectable buy out of this.
Yeah.
So they will have everything they need. NIP, plenty of money. They can do whatever they want, and because of that, you see Michael Lele actually going for the Scar 20. First time we've seen it so far on this map, and this is a good time to break it out. When you've got your opponents on the ground, bringing that leg back right, you know, you're lining up that kick, and then it's got, you know, 20 bullets in it that two-shot you.
And it is interesting to see it's Michaelele and not Exist or someone else using it. And that's just exactly where it's good for. But 3D Max aren't even going to tempt fate. They're just waiting for him to be done with his spam out there, and then they're going to move.
Here we go. The push comes through now. 3D Max just rushing down straight through Secret. They're going to try and get pressure down here lower towards the B bomb site as quickly as possible. friberg already dropping down into vents, ready for the rotation, but a smoke is ready to block him off. And here's the lurk. Alu takes out Michaelele. And that's a big kill. That might make it a little confusing here for NIP as to what 3D Max are up to now that they've lost a man in yard.
Poked a hole in the NIP armor. Now they need to actually do something with it. Exist. I'll pick up one kill there on Disturbed, so that brings it back a little bit. But Exist is also low on health. The one thing here, once again, is the time left. 30 seconds. They have to make a move. They've got to get into a bomb site and get that bomb down before they end up in a similar situation as last time. And that could so easily happen on Nuke. friberg waiting and starting to look in the other way. Brings it back in favor of NIP, and a good wall bang coming through here. friberg picking up a triple kill and shuts down 3D Max in the last round. Beautiful play from the Swedish player. 13-2 is going to be the scoreline, and that is rough. That's hard to deal with.
That is very difficult. That is not how, especially after the strong start that they had at the beginning, just able to put pressure on NIP early on in the half. But 3D Max, once again, have to repeat, NIP were able to win the crucial rounds. 3D Max would pick up a round, and NIP would reset their economy the following round. 3D Max never able to get any momentum going their way. So it's been an uphill battle right from the get-go. And now they go into the second half where pretty much it's get the pistol or die.
They probably would have had 5 rounds if they could have won the fourth one. That would have made such a big difference. But
if Get Right didn't just drop between them and Nova them all to death.
And he even missed like so many shells. I mean, there are 100 ways Get Right could have lost that. It was actually sort of somewhat sloppy from Get Right in terms of just the aim. But now we're going to go into the 16th round. If they win the pistol, the game might be back on. If they don't, then NIP probably will come out on top here towards the end. Stonda is outside, and NIP are looking to put 3 members out. He's got the USPS in hand. They are going to peek just as he jumps, so actually smart play for him to run away. Don't want to fight that many Glocks all alone, and he doesn't have to.
Look at the total Glock train that NIP have in mind, however. All Kevlar. Not even a flash or a smoke picked up here. This is all about the run and gun, and another shot comes through. Exist drops down to 4 HP.
They're really softened up here. Not looking bad at all for the home team. NIP just wasting what time they have, and 3D Max have just decided to play this defensively. Every time NIP take more of the map, they just decide, well, you have to get into a bomb site eventually, so keep moving forward. We're just going to be waiting inside. And once you come, well, hopefully we're going to be ready. There's Forest taking a kill on Alu. That's obviously big, but Exist will go down to Stonda, who survived the initial engagement, and that's big. Stonda going to pick up friberg as well, and now it's a 4-on-3. This round is it's everything right now for 3D Max. Michaelele comes in with the peek. He's going to take down Stonda, and that returns it. Get Right with a kill on Corona. Now it's Disturbed, and now 2 left. There's only 25 seconds, so are they staying downstairs here in IP? Yeah, they're going back to the B bomb site. They're really trying to keep 3D Max guessing, and it seems to be working out. Natu now 1-on-3, and they're going to fight him while the bomb is going down, and Get Right there at the end comes through with a double, and that's so big.
That was just so methodical by NIP as well. I mean, granted, the fight that Michaelele ended up taking was a bit risky. It was just like him one-on-one, and if he had gone down, that could have opened things up again for 3D Max. But the fact that he picks up a kill, Get Right immediately follows up with another one, and that's where it starts to just get out of control. And 3D Max, you can see that NIP at that point just tighten up, all 3 of them together. So even if they were to lose 1 man to 3D Max, they're still going to get that trade kill, and they're still going to be able to keep the pressure up. So just very methodical, slow play coming out from NIP, but that's exactly what they needed to pick up that round. And now it's just... this map, first seed in the group, is theirs for the taking.
It really is. 3D Max have 1 bullet left in the chamber, and it's a force buy up here with pistols and a little bit more. Also a scout that's put Exist down to 16 health or 15, so it's good news. And I love the fact that Disturbed is up here. That's going to be a nice 1-2 combo. The headshot as well to kill Exist, who's been playing really solidly this game. So it's nice to be able to take him out.
And we're still looking for where NIP exactly want to go with this. They're bringing the bomb back into lobby. It looks like it's going to be Michaelele taking point here going into ramp, but there's 2, soon to be 3 members here for 3D Max. The stack could work perfectly. Alu's going to get a bit of a peekaboo kill there, but Get Right takes out Stonda. So this is still 3D Max just falling back, giving ground, trying to play the clock. 40 seconds left now for NIP to make their play. And they aren't onto the lower site quite yet. There's still 2 people here, soon to be 3 for 3D Max.
Yeah, a lot of damage done. Alu gonna pick up the second kill for himself. He's got 2 bullets left. He's gonna go down. It's so close to 3D Max for them to pick up this round, but NIP have the better equipment, and it's gonna be a headshot from Forrest as well. Charging in, Caron goes down. It's so close, but Forrest lands 4 kills in the game. He's feeling confident as well. So there was a stack going on. Is it a Finn stack?
Dude. But then Forrest just came in. He wasn't. I mean, that's maybe 3D Max were getting a bit too excited as well with how things were turning, because the fact that Forrest can walk in behind them and just completely cut the legs off from under them like that with a backstab, it's too big.
There are a couple of things. I mean, the fact that Alu only had 2 bullets in his C-set also means that it's really hard for him to do much. I mean, I think he's just hoping to run in someone point-blank range and maybe headshot them twice or once, and that'll be it. This is looking like a really solid victory for NIP, and that's what happens on Nuke when you don't win those crucial rounds. Stunned though with a good kill on Freiburg, but you can't help but feel it might be too late.
Forrest is getting tired of waiting. Forrest is not amused by Stonda's antics. Stonda still did manage to pick up 2 kills though, so that wasn't too shabby from him with the scout. Oh, and there's the peekaboo shot. Look at that, Natu walks in, or no, rather Alu walks in. Perfect timing, gets the punish on Forrest. Now he's got a scout to play with, soon to have a rifle, if he can just find it. But Mikelele is here, and he may have the perfect timing to get the drop on Alu. And there you have it.
Good decision for Mikelele. Get right, actually reveals himself, maybe fires a little bit too fast. And once again, NIP aren't afraid to play the clock down somewhat close and just wait around to see what can happen. Caron waiting right at the edge, and Natu's there as well. They should be able to double team Get Right if he comes through. But if they wait too long, Mikelele is going to show up, and Natu's now down to 15 health. They're going to simply run around the corner here. Caron, last guy left, Max 7 in hand, gets the 1 kill. Can he get a little bit more? That could extend the series. That could give 3D Max a chance to play with rifles on the CT side, but Caron, he's covering the bomb as well. 10 seconds, and Get Right wins the battle. It's 16-2, and NIP. They end up crushing 3D Max, but on Nuke, you get these kind of scores, and there were some crucial rounds that could have made such a difference in the first half.
Yeah, it's a combination. I mean, it's also a strong map for NIP, but Lady Luck certainly gave them a big wink tonight.
Yeah.
A couple of rounds goes the other way, and 3D Max, we could be looking at 3D Max walking out of this. It was just that close. 3D Max just needed a few more rounds, a little bit more of a cushion on their T side going into CT, but they just didn't have it.
The reason you want the cushion of 4 or 5 rounds on the first half is exactly because if you lose the pistol on the second half, that's what happens. You end up in a really, really bad spot. So while the score obviously was incredibly one-sided, and there's no getting around that, it also highlights one of the reasons why people tend to try and avoid Nuke in best of ones, because this can happen.
Yeah,
it can happen to almost any team. So
just ask Titan.
Yeah.
Never gonna let that go. But still, I mean, that is exactly what can happen here. So 3D Max not out of the tournament. This was the battle. This best of one was a battle for first seed going into the playoff brackets tomorrow. So this is first seed going to NIP out of Group B. Titan and 3D Max still in this, as well as Mousesports. So Titan and Mousesports should have been playing in the lower match, basically to determine who was going to be the first team out of Group B.
Yeah.
To determine who's going to go into the consolidation match that should be coming up next here on the main stream.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting as well. There's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Oh, there is. And 3D Max, one thing is that 3D Max, they don't have to move off the stage.
Yeah.
Now they get to just sit, wait, talk over everything, and get back into that mindset, that proper mindset. They've already beaten Titan once. We'll see if they can beat them again if Titan happen to be that team, or if Mousesports had an upset and took Titan out. So, guys, now let's go ahead and hear from our analyst panel here, live from Asus ROG. Richard, take it away.
So hi guys, well that was a great game, but really great for only one of the teams in it. An absolute masterclass there from Ninjas in Pajamas against 3D Max, who were brought down to earth with a real big bump after doing so well against Titan. We've got one of the people who masterminded their downfall here in the form of Get Right, a player who should need no introduction. It looks like Ninjas in Pajamas is still one of the best teams in the world on Nuke then.
Yeah.
Don't troll me. Okay, but how do you think that went from a perspective of, you know, was it you guys just played out of your mind? Was it a really easy game? Do you think your opponents had good tactics that you were, you know?
I think we just hit our shots basically. I think we shut them down pretty easily every time they had guns and so on. We lost 2 stupid rounds there. One of those when I lost at 1v2, which I should have actually understood that he was still on bomb site there. But I was just reading that completely wrong, if you ask me. But we just had the game basically, and we just hit our shots. Mike Lele did give us really good information on the yard, and we just had a good rotation. We just talked it really calm and like say, okay, you take there, and then we know and just waited. I mean, it's Nuke, and if you get a good start at CT, as we did, there's not so much you can do against that.
It looked like as you were saying, you looked really calm and collected.
Yeah, just a dominant force. But I mean, I think what's been impressive is, we did talk a little bit about it in the build to the game. Obviously, you wouldn't have heard that; you'll have been warming up. About the Cloud9 game that happened out in Aspen and how you guys got kind of stomped on you. Did you work on anything between then and now to put it right, or did it just click for you today?
Well, we talked through a lot on Nuke, especially since after Aspen. But we also think that we were very tired and jet lagged then when we played, because we waited like so many hours to just play the game. So I think it would be a completely different story, at least a more tighter game against Cloud9 if we played earlier. But they won the game fair and easily there, and there's nothing more we can say about it, but we felt it different. But that happens in CS. Sometimes you're not on point, sometimes you're jet lagged, sometimes you're tired. Whatever stupid reason it is, you just have to live with it.
Well, you're talking about jet lag. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't really expecting you guys to kind of be here. It was an epic journey back from MLG Aspen after such a draining tournament. You made it to the final. Had some classic series out there, not just in the final, but obviously the Fnatic series as well. And you said you had a 33-hour journey home.
Yeah, there was kind of a weird situation because we took a shuttle from Aspen to Denver, which took like 7 hours straight. Then we came to the airport in Denver, 2 hours delay from waiting already 5 hours. It was 7 again, and then we missed our flight in Iceland with 7 minutes, and they didn't even wait on us, even though they told us on the phone when we were supposed to go from Denver. They're gonna wait for you, it's no problem. And then we had to wait even more hours, and then we come to Copenhagen, and it was